polka is not only Walter Ostanek's license plate, it's his life. And if this were a perfect world, every station on his car radio would be playing polka music, any of the hundreds of songs he's recorded on 40 albums in the past 32 years.
Music, music, music.
Oh, perhaps you've seen Walter's TV commercials.
Polka King.
The thing about his song titles, like In Heaven There Is No Beer or Don't Mess With My Toot Toot, is that like Walter himself, they're relentlessly cheerful.
Special 4-record set with 50 great tunes brings you music to listen to.
Walter lives near the corner of Hollywood and Vine. No, not that Hollywood and Vine, the one in St. Catharines, Ontario. Though in a few days he will be in Hollywood, California, hoping to pick up a Grammy award for his latest polka album. The license plate on his station wagon says Polka 1. He has other cars with the plates Polka and Polka 2. And the one on his van reads E-I-E-I-O, his longtime theme song. And if you think that's carrying things a bit far, Walter Ostanek may have the world's only mailbox in the shape of an accordion. It doesn't make music, it only holds the mail.
Sometimes I wonder if I love the instrument more than my wife. I shouldn't say that, but really and truly, matter of fact, she says that to me. But the thing is, it's something I fell in love with, like I say, as a little boy. And
for the past 13 years, Walter's program on CKCO-TV in Kitchener, Ontario has stood out as an oasis of old-fashioned good-time music.
It's polka time! With Canada's King of Polka, Walter Ostanek.
The polka originated almost 200 years ago in Europe, and most of the people who come to the studio to dance to Walter's music come from Europe too. Many of them are still hopping, stepping, and gliding well into their 8th decade. What would you say if I put forward the hypothesis that to some people, all polkas sound the same? They're polkas.
well, I could say that probably with jazz music. I could say that with country music. If I would have the time with you, I would show you. In other words, there is different melody, you know, and you can make polkas out of many things, like You Are My Sunshine, or you know what that is? Oh, how I miss you tonight, miss you when lights are low. Oh, how I need you tonight, more than you'll ever know. Very big hit years ago.
Another big polka hit, the bird dance. Walter isn't the type of person to be disappointed often, but the biggest downer in his career involved this perky little number. Walter had the chance to record it before anyone else did, but he turned it down. An Edmonton group called the Emeralds did put it on vinyl, and the rest is polka history. When Walter plays on cruise ships, someone always seems to request it.
I didn't realize, I wasn't told that the actual thing to the bird song, it isn't the song, it's the dance. But I learned the hard way, because in Canada alone, that album, from what I understand, sold 300,000 albums in Canada alone.
How much money would that have been worth to you?
Well, in today, like it is today, if everything goes right, that would be somewhere $300,000.
Walter Ostanek may have missed the boat on the bird song, but he's still been an inspiration to others.
He was one of the...
Walter has every reason to be happy these days. There's not only the Grammy nomination, but this morning he's being honored by the mayor of Cleveland, Ohio.
And now, therefore, I, George Voinovich, Mayor of Cleveland, do hereby extend these civic greetings to Walter Ostanek.
The polka is especially popular here because many of Cleveland's citizens come from the Slovenian region of Yugoslavia. Walter specializes in the Slovenian or Cleveland-style polka.
Especially coming from my second home, Cleveland, Ohio.
Well, it's been a pretty big day for Walter Ostanek so far, and it's not over yet. He's already received the freedom to the city of Cleveland, the polka capital of the world. And here we are, about an hour later, and he's expected in Euclid, Ohio, at this old Euclid High School. In the basement, in what is now the National Cleveland-style Polka Hall of Fame.
Mr. Ostanek, I'm Dave Lynch, and I'm the mayor of the city of Euclid.
My pleasure, sir.
And well, I'm here to congratulate you for your outstanding contributions not only to the music world, but to the world itself.
This citation recognizes Walter's 3 decades of playing and promoting the polka. He learned from such greats as Lawrence Welk and Frankie Yankovic. Here at the Hall of Fame, they've all got their pictures on the wall. Johnny Pecon and Lou Tretar, Eddie Stamfel and his band, the Duke Marcy Orchestra, and the Polecat Social Club of 1957, the same year that Walter started his band. 10 years later, Walter was on the Johnny Carson Show with Frankie Yankovic. Walter knew them all and played with most of them. Curator Joe Walensik is an expert on the Cleveland style and other kinds of polka as well.
The Chicago sound is more Polish-oriented. You have a lot more reed music involved with there, the clarinet and such. There's also Buffalo style.
Which is?
Which is a variation of the Polish style. Then there's the Omaha style, which is Czech in origin.
What about the German style? Where does that come in?
Milwaukee.
I saw you when I saw you. I saw you red lips.
The official testimonials are nice, but the best moments of all come that night, when Walter and his buddies are on stage at the Croatian Hall in the suburbs of Cleveland. This is Walter doing what Walter does best.
Shining down upon your rainbow-colored gown. A pot of gold fell in my arms, as I embraced your rainbow shine.
Sunset Boulevard in Los Angeles, February the 21st, the day before the Grammy Awards. Walter's been here for a week already. Yesterday, he had his picture taken with Wayne Gretzky, and today he's on his way to realize another ambition, a visit to the Roy Rogers Museum and a meeting with Roy himself.
Well, Roy, you're making a dream come true for me.
You see, Walter has this problem.
I'm so nervous and so excited.
The king of the cowboys may never have played a polka in his life, and the king of the polka has never kissed a horse. But Walter has a bad case of hero worship.
My favorite cowboy, you still are.
Well, I got your little tape of some of your stuff, and I thought it was beautiful.
If you ever need a day job. Later that afternoon, on the eve of the Grammys, Walter has invited his competition, 4 of the leading polka band leaders in America, to a cocktail party at the Biltmore Hotel. These men may be the cream of the crop, but most of them still have their day jobs. Jimmy Weber is from Pennsylvania. He's an engineer. Entrepreneur Lenny Gomulka is from Chicago, as is Stash Belanda. Stash is a funeral director. Walter Ostanek runs a music store in St. Catharines. In fact, the only full-time musician of the bunch, and Walter's toughest competition, is Jimmy Sturr from New York.
The only band leader, polka band leader, to win the Grammy twice in a row and twice out of 4 years. They go up in
Elsewhere in town tonight, the competitive spirit may be running high, but here it's just one big family.
Every one of us are here for a reason. We all want to be the winner. There's no questions about it. But the camaraderie is here, and I won't go home disappointed if I do not win. I'm just happy to be here. But I'll tell you, I would like to be the winner, just like all the other 4 guys.
The day of the Grammy Awards in Los Angeles. Walter and his wife Irene have invited Jimmy Sturr to share their limo for the ride to the Shrine Auditorium. Walter thinks this might be his lucky day. It's also their 32nd wedding anniversary.
She looks beautiful today. Well, she always looks beautiful, but especially today. 32 years. I can't believe that, Jimmy. 32 years.
Great way to celebrate.
A band leader for 32 years and married for 32 years.
Is that really?
Yeah, just 1 month apart. Yeah, I started my band January 26, 57, and we got married February 22nd, 57. Went to Cleveland, Ohio for our honeymoon.
Did you?
And
that's exciting. If you win, what are we going to say when we get up there? Got to think about that.
What are we going to say?
What are you going to say?
How about if we make a tie? Wouldn't that be beautiful? Huh?
That would be great.
To televise the Grammys in the evening in the East, the show actually begins in the late afternoon here in LA. But because there are too many awards to be given away on TV, the limos start arriving and the crowd starts to gather a lot earlier than that.
Now, if you've been nominated in the polka category, as Walter Ostanek has, you can be reasonably sure of a couple of things. First of all, the crowd's not here for you. And secondly, your Grammy isn't going to be given away on TV, and you better get here early.
In fact, it's just after 1 in the afternoon when the Ostaneks and Jimmy Sturr arrive.
Well, what could I say? I came in second.
The winner was Jimmy Sturr.
Oh, thank you. You know, you said something to us last night. You said that you weren't going to stop striving. No matter what happens, you weren't going to stop striving.
No.
What are you striving for? When you, in reflective moments, when you look ahead,
What am I
do you
striving
see?
for? I'm striving to make a living. In other words, that's something that I really enjoy doing, which is polka music. I'd love to make a good living. I'm making a living now. Okay, but I feel I'd like to make a better living. When I see Gretzky riding around his Bentley, I'd like to be riding around in a Bentley.
What would your license plate say when you get the Bentley?
I take it off
Polka one.
I already have that. I take it off my Mercury car and I put on polka.
For 32 years, Walter Ostanek has been playing the polka every chance he can get. At weddings, mall openings, Oktoberfests, and on his TV show. And if just around the corner there's another big polka hit like the Beer Barrel Polka or Don't Mess With My Toot Toot, the chances are Walter Ostanek will be looking for it.